No, Jennifer Hudson and KeKe Palmer do not have to have Offset on their platforms and allow themselves to be used by a person who wants to shift the narrative, considering all of the things they have done, the things that we saw with our own eyes. Y'all are being used, and I think it's on purpose. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What's going on, you all? There's a conversation happening online about Jennifer Hudson and KeKe Palmer and how they allow men who have been called out for things to come on their platforms and escape any type of accountability. Now, I understand that the definition of accountability and even just the word is complex when we're talking about people who we are not in community with and we cannot hold them accountable. But we're talking about PR. We're talking about PR. I'm watching the interview with Jennifer Hudson and Offset sitting next to KeKe Palmer. There is so much stuff that I found within the first 20 minutes, things I even remember that Offset has done during Cardi B's pregnancy, just in the last couple of months. How he basically disrespected her time and time again. And the only thing that he has to say, I should have done more. I should have respected her.
Is there anything that you wish you would have done differently, or that you regret, or that you know?
I should have respected her way more.
I want you to define what respect means. Like, these are the questions that I expect someone who has a platform like a KeKe Palmer and Jennifer Hudson, who claim to be journalists. Now, I'm not going to hold you. There's a difference between what they are doing, and it's kind of like the same thing. Both of them are being, quote unquote, apolitical. And I'm honestly really tired of apolitical mess at this point. You all are sitting next to Offset, and Offset is sitting and talking to you all with shades on. How is he going to be any real or any type of anything, and he's talking to you all with shades on? Like, I cannot get past that. And I know that that's something that certain men do or whatever, certain celebrities do while doing interviews. But no, like, if you want to get the public to be on your side, considering all the things that you have done to Cardi B over the last couple of months and the last couple of years, I want to see your eyes. I want to, what the old folks say, I want to lay eyes on you. I want to see if you're being genuine. And I'm not getting any genuine from this at all. It's honestly disgusting. And this is not something that is surprising to a lot of us, because KeKe Palmer earlier this year deleted, canceled, or whatever her interview with Johnathon Majors, and her response was that she's a journalist. She is a journalist, and this is what she do. No, this is the real tea. This is what y'all need to do to keep a steady paycheck, because the other things that you all were known for are not paying the bills right now, and that's not y'all fault. I get that you all are black women trying to navigate an industry that is very anti-black and is full of sexism and misogyny and all of the things. But you all are allowing yourselves to be praised for doing your own things and then turn around and sit next to an Offset and a Johnathon Majors and allow these men to come and use your good social status, your social capital that you have built, the social capital that you have worked so hard for, is now being used by a man who has done nothing to deserve it. And we can play these semantics of it being apolitical, and we see how that goes. I mean, even with mainstream media playing apolitical mess over the last couple of years has allowed Trump to do what he's been doing, not calling out what is happening, being scared to call out what he's doing, sending the military to black cities. Name what it is. They're too scared to do that because they don't want to be labeled as being a political, which y'all already are doing. Y'all are already doing these things. So with that being said, Jennifer Hudson and KeKe Palmer, you all are being so-called male-centered. You're allowing this man to come in. Y'all are not good at being journalists. If I'm being honest, I don't think neither one of you all went to school for journalism. You haven't studied journalism. The interviews have gotten better, but you all are studying while performing the actual act. I was listening to this podcast called The Town. Shout out to T for sending it to me. And they were talking about personality-based podcasts. And that is exactly what KeKe Palmer is. It's not that she's good at interviewing. It's not that she is talented at this. She has a personality. The gag is, and all of the things that she's been able to now build this platform and maintain it with doing interviews with no actual real work. The questions that are going viral and getting a lot of attention is, hey, did you actually do something with Sweetie? Not about the numerous things that Offset has done that has been documented, how he treated Cardi B and said that I won, you my baby mama. Y'all are women, and I hate that y'all have to be the ones to be asking these questions. I hate that y'all are, but y'all are putting yourself in these predicaments like, hey, this man has been completely disrespectful to this woman, and he is giving clear misogyny, and y'all are allowing him to sit on your podcast and just talk. And talk about what? No questions of real journalism are coming out of these. And some people will argue that Offset has just dropped his album. It is important for him to do these interviews and these things. Yes. And we have plenty of males who have podcasts and platforms that he can go on and he can talk to. There's a lot of them. He can go on Joe Budden. He can go on these other ones. He can go. There's plenty of men that will allow him to get that. And we will understand what it's giving, because we know what those podcasts are going to get. We know what those streaming bros are going to get. It's very red pill adjacent. But Offset understands that he needs the public perception of him to be better, which is why he's coming on Jennifer Hudson and talking to KeKe Palmer. He's hoping that the public who hasn't seen it for him after his split with Cardi B comes back to enjoy this body of work that he just put out. And it's working. It's working because all of the viral videos are of BS questions. Him taking some form of accountability to say, I should have treated my wife better. The same wife that broke up with you and you came on the stage to beg her back while she was performing.
Make some noise! Oh.
Hey. I just want to tell you I'm sorry, bro. In person, in front of the world, I love you. Whatever I gotta do to show you, bro. I'm here. I don't give a fuck about nobody right here. I love you, bro.
The same wife that you said, I won, you are my baby mama. The same wife that you are talking about in this new album, in these two songs. On the song Move On, Offset is talking about Cardi B not cooking, that she never wanted to cook, that she only wanted to go to Nobu. Hello? You're a grown man complaining on an album, on a track on your album named after you, and you shouting out your kids and all of these things, and you're mad at the mother of your kids for not cooking. You're a grown man that has an established career, not as big as Cardi's, and you're complaining about her not cooking. This is that red pill shit we're talking about. Like, you need to be in the kitchen cooking. That is going to be meat to men who are consuming podcasts that are red pill adjacent. That these women are not out here doing the wifely things that they need to do. They need to be in the house cooking. Never mind that, hey, not only am I expected to cook, but I also am paying half of the bills. So I'm confused here, because if we going back to the 1900s and we doing this trad wife stuff, you need to be making enough money to pay for all of these things. And a lot of y'all don't. We're talking about Offset and Cardi B, and Cardi B has a way more promising career than Offset. Offset has benefited from being in a relationship, a marriage with Cardi B. If it was not for Cardi B, I don't think he would have got the opportunities in the last couple of years that he has received. These men are known to get these very desirable wives, usually light-skinned, thin, non-black, and they're able to soften their image. And now he is going to use the divorce, future divorce or whatever, of breaking up with her to I am now holding myself accountable. But in the album, we don't really hear any type of accountability other than I messed up. That's not enough. In Offset's album, he talks about his wife again, Cardi B. B ain't never happy why you think yo cheat. 10-carat diamond, I had to swap the wedding ring. This is what he putting in the music. This is what he's putting out. This is not Jay-Z and Beyonce Lemonade and whatever Jay-Z put out after Lemonade, because it really does not matter. But Jay-Z got ate up. Lemonade was a body of work. Like Beyonce ate Jay-Z up, not with just the music, the album, the era, the music videos that we saw, like their whole era. And Jay-Z came back and he kind of softened up a little bit, messed up the first stone. We had to get remarried. Like, we keeping it real with these people like that. Like, we saw him get ate up a little bit. It wasn't the best. We still don't mess with Jay-Z like that. But you're not Jay-Z, Offset. You're not Jay-Z. Like, we didn't see Jay-Z on social media disrespecting his wife. We didn't see images and videos of women saying that they have messed with. We didn't see that to that type of degree. I mean, we saw some stuff. We saw the infamous elevator fight and all that, but that got leaked. You were leaking it yourself. Every time Cardi B did something, you were under the comments talking about her. You were on your phone sending subliminals, posting pictures of you with other women laid up. Like, you're not telling me that you are taking accountability and naming that you were wrong and you did Cardi B wrong. And none of these things are coming up in the interviews. Jennifer Hudson asking questions like, oh, so you make music. Okay, music, the people. I love music. I also make music myself. Yuck. Like, very goofy. And I don't have anything against a Jennifer Hudson or even a KeKe Palmer. What I do not like is to see black women being used by men like this to further what type of agenda. Like, it takes away from you, because now the folks who were never going to listen to Offset, not interested in listening to Offset at all, are now looking at you, side-eyeing you. Now looking at you crazy. The people who have supported you are now looking at you cross-eyed like, why are you bringing this man in here? Like, you should have told us who you was bringing to the party. Like, hey, if I known you was bringing him or he was coming, I wouldn't have came. So they more mad at you because they have more connection with you. They can't take anything away from Offset because they've not given him anything, but they can take something away from you. And KeKe Palmer, this is like, you're clicking, but you're clicking down. And I think it's time for us, and I've said this before, to just realize that this is KeKe Palmer, that this is Jennifer Hudson. And if they're not catching and they're not paying attention to what's going on, then we have to move accordingly. Now, it's not the end of the world, but this idea that just because they are women, that they care about other women, we just have to let that go. We need to listen to how they move and what their politic is actually showing us. Because if you already got ate up for interviewing Johnathon Majors and you did not learn from that, maybe take a second, like, hey, I'm not sure about Offset, but you know what? Maybe y'all don't have no choice in the matter because you need this money. Maybe you don't have a choice because you need this money. You need these clicks. You need these views. You need this. And it's sad. Like, can you imagine during Tina Knowles' divorce with Matthew Knowles, Carlos King interviewed Mr. Matthew, make sure I say it correctly. Mr. Matthew Knowles interviewed him around that time. It would have been disrespectful. It would have been disrespectful. Like, no, we're not giving Matthew Knowles no type of no. Absolutely not. Now we're like, I ain't gonna lie, the interview was given, especially when he talked about what happened with putting in a love song with Beyonce and I'm about to say Jay-Z, but Alicia Keys. I was like, okay, we're getting some tea. I didn't want to hear from no Matthew Knowles doing that. Not listening to what Tina has said and what we have heard that Matthew has done to Tina. Like, absolutely not. I don't want to hear anything from him. He don't need to be platformed. He need to go somewhere else. Go hide. Go run and hide. Like, that's what y'all need to be doing. So Offset had a choice. And his choice was to use two black women with social capital to change the public perception of himself. And it's working. And Jennifer Hudson and KeKe Palmer, y'all have to own that. That y'all constantly allow Sherry Shepherd too, because she let Johnathon Majors come on there and hug him to the bosom and all that other stuff. It's just, what are y'all doing? There's so many other stories y'all can be telling, so many other things that y'all can be talking about. And if you have to stoop so low to give a platform to folks like this, what is it? Things that you have to ask yourself is, what is your moral code while doing this work? Because y'all always want to use, this is work, I have to do this. Okay, so what is the moral code for you? What is too much for you? Like, hey, I'm not doing that, because we're seeing the opposite of it. And I feel like every journalist needs to ask themselves that. I was listening to The Assignment with Audie Cornish and this interview about this documentary 2 + 2 = 5, talking about fascism and the rise we're seeing in America currently right now, how journalists play a part in that with not asking certain questions, not calling out and fact checking when things are wrong. And their excuse is they're being apolitical, but you're being used. So you have to realize that not only are you a journalist, but you're a human being, you're a civilian as well. Truly a good podcast episode. I love Audie Cornish with The Assignment. I love it. Y'all definitely check it out. I also will be going to see the George Orwell documentary that is coming out, 2 + 2 = 5. It looks brilliant, and I'm looking to learn from it. I might even need to buy today the book 1984. So to end all of this, I just want to say that KeKe Palmer and Jennifer Hudson are being used. I hope that they know that they're being used in this, and they could have just said no. And if you do say yes, I'm going to interview these men, have the questions. And I saw this post on Twitter: y'all beg for Wendy Williams back, but get mad at every interview KeKe Palmer do. KeKe Palmer is not a journalist. Wendy Williams is a journalist. She studied journalism. She has been doing this for decades. She was doing this. She was questioning Puffy years ago. Yes, it's some messy stuff she did specifically with Whitney Houston and all the other things, but when Whitney was on her, she was responding back. She was not afraid of it. Wendy was not afraid to be political, to say, no, this is what I think and this is what the tea is. But the issue with a lot of journalists now is they want to interview them and then go out to eat with them and dinner and party with them. They want to be in proximity with them. They want to use that to grow, to social climb, and it becomes inauthentic. Those are all of my thoughts. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you all for watching, and until next time, talk y'all later. Bye.